Downsized Christmas. Before we begin the Christmas tour, I want to start by telling you that for me, Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year for many reasons. One is that we celebrate the birth of Jesus. Also, Christmas means going home to me. We've lived in all different states for many years, and we always knew we were coming home to Illinois for Christmas, and that was special for our family. We'd get to see all of our family and friends. It also is a time of year that people really reach out. They begin to open their hearts and their eyes, and the best of them comes out. It's full of magic and wonder and surprise, and it's also full of Christmas decorations, which I absolutely love. So, with that being said, we're going to show you a downsized Christmas. This year's been a little different for me. I've always loved Christmas, and I think I got that from my mother. She had a beautiful shop she decorated, and she always decorated our home beautiful, and that just carried into my adult life. But this has been a different year. We cut our house in half, as you know that. And second of all, the last Christmas seasons, we didn't decorate at all. But everything is different, and I'm so excited to show you it. So, let's begin. Let's take a peek into the most wonderful time of the year, downsized. So let's start our downsized Christmas outside at the front door. To me, Christmas starts outside. From the lights to all the decor and everything that you have that you use year-round, you can use at Christmas. So you'll notice with me, I'm using all my same pots, a lot of my things, and everything here is something I've had. The only thing new I had to purchase was some ribbon and this basket here with the birch. So it's great to use what you have. So let's look around here, and the little details are so important with decorating for Christmas. That's what really truly makes it special in the end, the finishing touches. So if you look, just adding a little bit of fresh holly here in with this birch and evergreens, a ribbon here, another ribbon back here on the birch, stuck in some snowflakes. And then as we continue, gotta have jingle bells. Jingle bells are such a huge part of Christmas. And then I've got these vintage baskets over here that my mom gave me many years ago with these antique Christmas bells, again just filled with fresh greens and holly and some more jingle bells and some red ribbon. And I continued it all the way around here with this vintage sled that my mother-in-law gave us. It's the first sled the boys had, so it's about 23 years old. This is the first sled they got for their Christmas, and I just use it now for decor. And this is how we enter and how we greet our guests for Christmas. So come on in. Let's take a look at what it looks like inside. The first thing you're going to notice is I want you to look up because I want you to see that we just put a simple spray of evergreen on the light in the foyer and added some ribbon. And it just introduces you and brings you right into Christmas as you walk in. Welcome inside to a downsized Christmas. As I was saying earlier, the details are what's so important. Just as you look up here, just to detail the simple greenery and using the same ribbon throughout the foyer. I took my everyday jockey boots, added a jingle bell to it, and some ribbon and greenery. Same thing over here, just added my Christmas spot onto my normal everyday frames and added a ribbon and greenery. Ribbon and greenery can make a normal everyday thing turn into a Christmas decor instantaneously. So if we turn around, then we'll look over this area. As you can see, this is where the piano is. We had to scrunch everything in. At Christmas, I always say you can do more and more and more. So we scrunched everything in really closely, and we started off with this winter wonderland over here with the angels and the pine cones and the greenery and the deer, and this is my normal standard foyer table, but I just added some greenery and things too. And then I have some fresh greens here, all the fresh greens and holly. If you could just get it from nature and outside, that helps so much. My mom has a holly tree and a magnolia tree, and my brother has a spruce tree that I just did so many cuttings off of that, so it saved me a lot of money. And here I keep my nativity scene, which I love on the piano. And then my mom had just recently given me her Christmas tree, just used all the red ornaments and then draped it with this beautiful red and white Merry Christmas ribbon. So as we turn around here now, we look into the family room, and we'll notice that right here I carried in the plaid ribbon too, just an everyday thing, just draped it with a ribbon, which just looks so nice and Christmassy. And if we come on in here, you'll see I've also used a little deer just to greet you as you walk into the hallway foyer. Love this part in here. It's where I begin to display my most favorite nativity scene that my mother-in-law Barb gave me. So come on in and take a look. So as we enter, I just start off with just a simple angel wings just hanging on the mirror. You can hang these on with suction cups, or you can tie it to the nail of the back. Really simple to do, and it's a nice look. And here is my favorite nativity scene, as I said earlier. Just very simple and elegant. Love the fact that it says, "Oh, come, let us adore him." As we walk back into the family room, you'll notice that I use pillows to really bring Christmas into the room. I just plopped some red pillows, some with decor, some with patterns, and some just solid red. And that just changes the whole room and makes it look Christmassy. I draped a throw over my ottoman, and then added some of my favorite Christmas books out here just for display. If you look up high in the family room, I've got the perfect saying for Christmas, let it snow. I only like it to do that on Christmas Eve through January, and then no more snow. So use your ledges on all your door frames to actually use for decoration. So I put my let it snow up there, and you'll see outside where I use Merry Christmas. If you turn around, you'll see I have just made my mantle, just filled it with something simple. I've used faux greenery as well as real greenery, and we've flocked some of it. And then I took my candle, and I just added the ribbon and a jingle bell, and voila, the mantle's done. So built-ins in the family room, that's my favorite. I took a lot of my stuff down, but I kept some of it up. If you look very high, you'll see I kept my candles up there and just filled it with the faux snow and the jingle bells. Added a ribbon onto the wreath, and then I just went down and just added some of my collections of Santas, snowmans, and some carolers. A lot of my stuff here was made by Angela Dilt. She is an artisan in Central Illinois that has made a lot of these things for me throughout the years. Absolutely love them. And then I just drizzled it with some snow and laid a holly here and there, pulled out some of my ribbon to make it simple, took my books and covered them in Christmas paper, and just kept it simple, but tried to get as much in there as I possibly could, with squeezing in some family pictures also. It's all about family at Christmas. So this is one of my favorite pieces. As I was speaking of about Angela Diltz earlier, she made this. I don't know if you know of something called cypress knees, but they're the cypress trees in Florida, and up come the roots, and this is the actual root from a cypress tree. She took it out, cut it off, and she made this beautiful woodland Santa with clay and then added the fur. And I've had this for probably over 20 years. It's one of my favorite pieces. You'll see her pieces throughout my whole house. Absolutely love them, and it's just a really unique touch and turn on Christmas. So if you come back in here, then we'll come on in to the kitchen area, and we'll turn around, and this is a great area that the kids can sit, you know, my console table, and I just added a few different things. Instead of putting candles up here, I added Christmas bowls to the reindeer. And if you just add a little touch of ribbon to something so simple, as I said earlier, ribbon and greenery, it becomes a Christmas item. So I just kept it simple, but I added touches of ribbon and red and greenery. And then come around over here to the butler's pantry. Same thing, added some Christmas napkins, and just added ribbon. Even my creamer cow got a little scarf there. This is one of my favorite pieces. This is my mother's punch bowl that she handed down to me, and I love having it out. It's such a fun time. And then I just put one of the cups up above in the cloche with some snow. And then add the sleigh picture up there with a little touch of greenery. Another great place to decorate for Christmas is my open buffet right off my dining room. So if you start at the very top, I took those jars and I just filled them with the faux snow and added a beautiful white jingle bell in there. And then I went down and used everyday ornaments to fill the jars. And then just as you go down, you'll see I just added some holly, some candy. I love the candy. It goes in everything. For decorating for Christmas, you can put it in jars, bowls. And then on down here to these paper whites, and down here to some more colorful jars filled with candy. So when decorating for Christmas, you can just add so many simple everyday things like the Christmas plates and the ribbons and the greenery, as I keep saying, because it just changes everything from something normal to something special at Christmas time. Then if we come in here, the Christmas dining room or your kitchen table, that's what ours is. We love to keep it set the whole year long, and we just try to keep it simple. I use my everyday chargers, and I add a little bit of a felt snowflake, another charger on top, and then a salad bowl. I love these salad bowls that are decorated for Christmas, and I've kind of combined it. I used a plaid napkin with a simple, instead of spending a lot of money for a napkin ring, I found a ornament for $1, and it worked out great, and then I added a little touch of greenery. I carried the greenery up to the chandelier, and this is an arrangement I've had for years, and I just keep adding things to it. I added the lights, I added the candy canes, I add some of the ornaments, and I add the jingle bells, and I just keep adding to it year after year. And if you look back here, this is one of my favorite pieces. My friend's daughter, Morgan Flatt, I showed her a picture of this, and she actually handmade this for me. I absolutely love it. And then I just kept it simple up here just by taking my old letters that used to be gold, and I spray painted them red and put the joy letters up there. Up above, if you look up higher, just on the ledge again, I put some of my boxes for Christmas with a little bit of jingle bell dripping down off the edge. and added some more greens in here, and added a Christmas tag and some more jingle bells. So here's our workspace. We've decorated a little bit because you still have to use it. So you can see I put some fresh holly here and draped a ribbon over the copier, added a little bow to my little accent there, and then I put my frames up on my bulletin board. And I love that because they're right in front of me because I have so many frames that I need to use and I don't have as many built-ins. I also use these bins now for Christmas cards throughout the years. So I take the years and I tie a ribbon around it, and every year I add a whole bundle of Christmas cards to it. This is the countdown for Christmas. I wish my boys were still young enough to want to do that. But we've started to count down, and how many more days? Probably 3 more days from now. Let's take a peek into the pattern room. Not a whole lot of decorating going on in here, but just enough to let you know that the holidays are upon you. Used a lot of my silver and my white in here, but also added a touch of the fresh greenery and the holly, just to add a little touch of color. And again, added a picture at the very top, some fresh greens. And over here, love this Oh Holy Night sign. All right, even though it's almost December in Chicago, we can still hang out on this 3 Seasons porch because it's absolutely gorgeous. So we brought Christmas outside to the porch because we're hoping we could spend some nice, cozy evenings out here. If you'll look, I just added again just pops of color with all my pillows. It's still my same cushions. I just added some Christmas pillows. Then I took my planter, filled it with fresh greens, added a little Christmas tray on top of my ottoman, then added the fresh greens here with some antique snowshoes. You'll notice that out here, it's kind of an old vintage feel that just makes you want to come out here and sit on the porch and enjoy a cup of hot cocoa. So take a look around and see everything from the Christmas tree to the fresh greens and deer on the table to the corner over there that has just old pine cones that I flocked and sprayed white with an old Cypress knee Santa. And then if you come over here, you'll notice that I just filled an old antique escape with some fresh greens, just kept it very simple. And over here, one of my favorite things is this Joy to the World the Lord Has Come with some fresh greens, again, some jingle bells. And then down here, I love this greenery. It looks like an old Charlie Brown Christmas tree. If you have this in your yard, you have to cut it because it's so fun. And add these big red bows to the lanterns, and all of a sudden it's Christmas outside. In the basement, I decided to do a little bit of Christmas. So you can see I started with the centerpiece on the main table and just added again some fresh greens and some pine cones and kept it simple. And then from over here, I have a lot of my old tree used to have a lot of old vintage toys and ornaments, so I used a lot of those things down here. You can see over here in this little area over here, I have a lot of my vintage old toy skis up here at the top, which are so fun. A gift I got from my friend Trev, which is a vintage piece, and it's drums, an old top, and some old toys right there. And I continued that theme on up to here with Santa's Visit, which is an antique picture I got from my mom, and then had the old drummer and the pull toy and the tops. So love that feeling down here. We have a lot of the antique look down here. My favorite little nativity scene that my kids used to play with when they were little. And then I also love to use just Christmas papers just to tie them either on books or just to kind of scroll them up and use them around for decor. We come around back here. This, as I said before, had lots of built-ins, had lots of places for pictures. I don't have that now. So I just did Christmas through the years. And I just put as many Christmas pictures as I could fit back here of our family and kids and friends and just cleaned them. This is a great place to display them. Use a fun little Santa hat on my skull there. And this Santa I have had since right when I found out I was pregnant with my second son, Jacob. So this Santa is about 21 years old. Love him. He's old Saint Nick with a cute little sign above it that says believe. So it's a very simple Christmas down here. Really easy, really neat, and just will love that the kids can come down here when they're home and still have a little touch of Christmas. So before we end, I'd love to show you something called my Christmas Survival Kit. So we can go upstairs and take a peek at that. Okay, so I told you I was going to tell you about a Christmas Survival Kit. So here it is. These are some small, simple things to help you survive the Christmas decorating season. It's no magic, it's just simple and small things that you need to have. So let's start. Let's look inside and see what we have. So first, you heard me talk a lot about the faux snow. This is a must. You sprinkle this anywhere and all of a sudden a simple thing becomes a winter wonderland. A must for Christmas. Christmas books. Have as many Christmas books spread out and about amongst your house, because that is something that can turn just a normal coffee table into a Christmas extravaganza. Always have ornaments out, not just for your tree, but ornaments that can be leaned against something or can be put in an arrangement or fill a bowl or fill a big vase. You saw that throughout my house. Most of these items I'm showing you I had in every room. They were just displayed in different ways. Christmas pillows, key, again, can change an everyday couch into a Christmas couch. You want to always make sure you have plenty of ribbon. It's great. And if you don't know how to make a bow, you need to find out how to make a bow. Don't ever pay anyone for a bow. It's very, very simple to make a bow. As I told you earlier, Christmas paper, it's so inexpensive, and you can wrap it around your books that you have in your bookcases, or you can just roll it up in a scroll, or you can actually use it for a placemat, the larger ones, and that's really a great idea. Pine cones, keep them natural or flock them. I have them everywhere. They're out in your yard. When you're making your ribbon, the best type of wire to get is a wire that has its own cutter on it. So look for that at any of your gift shops or any of your craft shops. You'll find that there. So that's a great wire. Christmas plates. You can just turn a kitchen into a Christmas kitchen all of a sudden. We go next to, so inexpensive, you can find it at any jewel, any Osco, but the candy canes, the peppermints, the peppermint disc, you can put these in so many jars, lay them out, hang them off the side of your jars, put in your arrangements, and it just again looks so good. Use Christmas tags to decorate with, all different types, lay them out, use them in your decor, and as you saw me use a lot of these Christmas dolls too. You can get them at Party City, Jewel, Target, any place like that. Jingle bells, you can never have enough jingle bells. They go everywhere, so fill up as much as you can with jingle bells. And as I told you earlier, all these fresh greens, from the holly to the evergreens to the magnolia leaves, make everything so much more beautiful at Christmas time. And then as far as the homekeeping items, you need a glue gun. You need a good pair of cutters for your greens. Of course, a good pair of scissors. Then we go down here, here's your flock. You've got to have your flock. And this is so big this year, these battery operated lights. You saw them kind of weaved in a lot of my arrangements. This is perfect, and they come on with the timer, and they can do all different designs. This is a suction cup, so you can hang your wreaths easily on your doors without being seen. And then, last but not least, some twine. Just some twine if you're wanting to do an old rustic Christmas or tie it around things. This is just simple and easy. So that's your Christmas survival kit. It's basic, it's easy, and this is just something you can have, and it doesn't cost a lot. So thank you so much for joining me for this Downsized Christmas. I really hope your family has a very, very Merry Christmas.